It's been 3 awesome months since we launched Profiled Productions with the 2 Cowboys, right here in Canmore. It's been awesome because we've got to meet some really amazing people. We've been allowed into extraordinary businesses. We've traveled to 2 phenomenal countries. We've been in the southern parts of New Zealand, we've been here in Alberta, and for us the journey is only starting. We often get asked, why do you do this? Why are you guys up to this? And our message and our motivation is quite simple. We believe that the people that make things in our societies are disappearing. The motivation that people have to get their hands dirty, to create something and to show and share that with their communities, that those are slightly and slowly disappearing from our society. And it's important for us because those are the people that create the jobs. Those are the people that discovered the self-fulfillment of creating something, of making something. And those are the people that launch successful businesses. So there's a large entrepreneurial motivation. We want to inspire people, we want to encourage people to make more things, launch businesses, create jobs, inspire communities. And at the same time, we have a selfish interest as well. We set ourselves out to be on a journey to learn what it is people make, why they do it, and what the benefit and values are that they get from doing it. And that's been our focus all along. We wanted to take you with us to get this learning experience, to see the awesome individuals, the amazing products, and to travel with us and see the places where they make it. Many of them are living the dream. It's not an easy dream they've been learning. And we've discovered the hardships, the difficulties, the struggles that they have to make things, despite the fact that they are not necessarily supported by their communities, not necessarily supported by their governments, all the taxes, all the compliance, all the challenges of getting going to make these things a business. Despite those, there are still some really creative people, really motivated people that said, you know what? I'm only really satisfied when I create something and I can see the appreciation in somebody else's eyes. There's a few basic motivations. It comes primarily from me being in the corporate world for 25 years, walking around CEOs, corporations, multinational companies, and something wasn't right. Something didn't work for me. It didn't work for me that the people that are actually creating the value, the people that are really making the products, are the people that never benefit or feature in organizations. It's them that are making things. It is they who are building our societies. One of the makers that we profiled said that it's a 3-legged stool. You have to have the inspiration to make something. You have to have the capital to make it possible, to buy the equipment, to buy the tools. And the 3rd leg of the stool is you have to go out and market things. In our world, we can help our producers by showing the world how phenomenal it is in what they do. That's why we do it. Because it's great to meet people that are an inspiration to others. We are really 2 fake cowboys, 2 South African guys that had to leave their country behind and has been immigrating from continent to continent. And we've seen the world change immensely where we come from. And because of that, we've also seen the world change in some of the countries that we visited. We call ourselves 2 Cowboys because the values of a cowboy is what stands out for us. Yes, we're a little non-conventional, but the values of honesty, integrity, your word is your honor, those are the kind of things that stands out, and those are the exact same qualities, funny enough, that we find with true producers, with the people that are making their own things. So that's why we're Cowboys. Yes, it's an interesting brand. And how do we celebrate our producers? We decided we can use our knowledge and skill to help producers tell their story. That's why we do it through our videos that we're making, and we're also doing it through our blog posts that we're writing. And recently we launched the Cowboy News Network because not everything can be a big production. Sometimes you stumble across something, sometimes you get to meet somebody and you just have to tell the story quickly. So with these 3 products, our blog, our profiles of producers, and our Cowboy News Network, we are on this very important journey with this mantra of showing the world how phenomenal people are that make things. You easily identify a producer business because the moment you are on the phone and you talk to the person on the other side, they are immediately engaged with what we're doing. They understand how hard it is to tell the message and tell the story of who they are and what they're making. They've already realized that if somebody else can help you tell your story, that you have to grab it with both hands, because it's difficult being a producer. Because not only do you have to fight in the market for people to recognize your product and realize that it's different and it's unique and that it's justified the pricing that you ask for your products, it's hard because there's a whole lot of other factors stacked against you. The amount of compliance, the amount of taxes, the amount of laws, the amount of regulations, the amount of number of permissions you need from other people before you can do your business. Those are the things that are not stacking up well for producers. Those are why some producers say, you know what? I'm not doing this as a business any longer. I'm just going to go for the self-fulfillment part. And you really need to understand that the moment producers do that, everybody loses. The moment producers decide that it's too hard, our society is going to become a lot poorer for it. And you can go around and you can see from the videos that we produced where the true makers are and where some of that spirit's already disappeared. We hope that companies don't lose that. That is what makes businesses inspirational. And even though some businesses have lost it, we hope you can regain it. And if we keep this mirror of video up in front of you, you have an opportunity to recognize when you start losing that phenomenal spirit of maker and producer. Don't lose that. We want to help you to retain that. We want to tell that story for you. So far, our focus has been on the producers to try and elevate what they're doing. But we're recognizing that there are people out there, some of our audience, that are giving us the thumbs up. They're saying, please make these, because we didn't know about these people. The learning for us is that you actually enjoy what we're making, that you're seeing what it's all about. And hopefully, and this is our mantra, hopefully by doing that, you're going to be engaged. And here's where we're going to ask you that favor. Please engage, please comment, please share, please tell our story. You can benefit. You can share it with the world, and you can be equally inspired as we are. We get one question often, that is, who's paying? Who's allowing us the opportunity to go in and tell these amazing stories? Actually, putting a really expensive production together to take even the smallest producer or artist and building a professional profile about that business. Who's paying? So we embarked on a very interesting experiment, and I call it an experiment because it's not necessarily working yet. We are putting it out there for the producers we profile to pay it forward. We give them a chance that once we've invested effectively around $20,000 worth of production in their business, we want to see what the value of this is to them. There's something quite interesting in business, and that is when you discover what the real worth of your product is. Not what the world says it is, but what people are really willing to pay for what you do. And we're still optimistic in the fact that people recognize that what we're trying to do for their businesses, for them as producers, that they see the value in that. And you know what? Some has already seen it. Some has already contributed to our campaign and recognized that these videos give them an opportunity to truly tell other people about their businesses. So we've asked them to pay it forward. Our site, forwardthefavor.com, you can go online, you can have a look there, and you can see who's contributed, you can see who's paying it forward. And the concept of paying forward is quite simple. You know what? You get something for free, it's just right that you share that something with other people. Now, there's lots of ways you can pay it forward. The primary way how they do it is by sharing our videos on their Facebook and sharing that in their Twitter feeds, posting it on their websites, because that celebrates what we're doing. We've also asked our producers to chuck something in the pot. It could be something we can use, it could be beer, in fact, it could be a pork belly here, it could be a bar of chocolate, it could be gas in our tank, could be a thing for us to drive with, but we also ask them to chuck some money in it, because if they do that, it gives us the necessary funding to go and tell the next guy's story, the next producer's story, to inspire more people to do that. So it's an experiment. We'll see how it works. And the challenge is out there to see if producers are willing enough and inspired enough by what we do to allow other producers to benefit from it as well. So naively, we're going to ask people to forward the favor, the people that we are profiling as producers and who we cover with our Cowboy News Network. But that's not really going to pay the rent, let's be honest. The real people that can pay the rent is the people that benefit from the producers and benefit from the product we're putting out to entertain you and inform you, our audience out there. We hope that you can help us to tell that story. So if you're out there, if you're benefiting from producers, if you're benefiting from what we're doing now, we'd like you to chuck something in the pot. Go to forwardthefavor.com, tell us how inspired you are, even if it's with $5, and we can continue bringing you more of these stories. We've only started on this journey. If you're a producer, if you make something, if you have a story you'd like to have told, get in touch with us. We'd love to tell your story. We'd love to show people what it is you do. Other people are covering the cost, so you have an opportunity. So as producers who are out there seeing this, let us know who you are, get in touch with us. We want to tell your story. Viewers, the people that read our blog, that watch our videos, that shares, tell us what you want to see. Tell us what you liked, because we'd give you more of that. Because ultimately we're an entertainment product, we're entertainment producers. We want to show you what you like to see. So give us feedback and tell us where we should go and what we should show. It's been 3 glorious months so far. We've had an amazing journey, and thank you for making that journey with us. We want to continue doing this. So all we ask of you is please give us a thumbs up, follow us on YouTube, read our blog, subscribe, but most importantly, share it with other people. Like we want to share our good and inspirational producer stories with you, please share it with us. And if you do have a little thing you want to chuck in the pot, or you want to sponsor our journey so that you're associated with inspirational people, please give it to us. We'd love to continue doing what we do.